I want to go to General David Perkins, U.S. Army four-star general, Fox News contributor. We're lucky to have him join us. General, on these developments you're hearing out of Jackie, particularly the reluctance of OPEC and OPEC plus countries to do what the president was apparently hoping they would, increase production. It was a giant we'll see, as I've said. That's got to sting a little bit, but what do you make of it?
Well, as you said, quoting your father there, that's kind of the international diplomatic language du jour most of the time. The upside of it is it's not no, it's we'll see. Because in these things, I think everybody understands that they have something to leverage. They have something somebody wants, and they're going to try to see how much they can get for it.
You know, General, I do wonder, as the president is leaving the Middle East, as you know, next week, Vladimir Putin is coming to the Middle East, specifically Iran. And Iran has already provided military drones to the Russians for use, presumably, in Ukraine. China is kind of working with the both of them. This has an uncomfortable feeling to it.
Yeah, Neil, uncomfortable, but really, unfortunately, familiar. Yeah. Energy is probably the most sought after commodity in the world just because it drives global economies and everything associated with that, power, standard of living. And it's been something people have fought over forever. I mean, in World War II, you know, Hitler made a big push to get oil fields. So we shouldn't be totally surprised by that. And we should understand that Putin, though he won't admit it, understands in a macro sense he is a declining power. He's only got a couple of things he can leverage sort of globally. One is his military, though not good, but it does have nuclear capabilities, and it was large, although much larger before Ukraine. And he does have access to a lot of energy. And so we should not be surprised to see Putin relying on his two major, almost remaining levers of power, and that's his military and his energy.
You know, it is odd, though, to your point, General, that Iran is providing weaponry to him. That's a separate story. I'm wondering, you mentioned the China thing as well. Apparently, we have another battleship cruising along the South China Sea, agitating the Chinese as if those are their waters. You know the whole backstory on this. And I'm just wondering, what do you make of these tensions about, you know, who can fly and float where?
Well, you know, the U.S. has been pretty consistent on this for decades, and that is that we abide by international laws pertaining to the sea, air, and land, and that we are a protector of freedom of navigation, not only for the U.S., but really for the rest of the world. And there aren't really many, as we call deep blue navies, like the United States Navy. So this is just part of the U.S. strategy, which is key to the U.S. and our allies, is to maintain freedom of passage and freedom of navigation throughout all of the international waterways. And it's very critical that that maintains itself.
You know, there's been a great deal of criticism done on the president, and you get this image of kowtowing to the Saudis. That might be a bit of an overstatement here. A lot of people repulsed at, you know, the Khashoggi killing, and did he not more strongly deal with that? Or some said don't even go to Saudi Arabia. And I'm reminded of the past, we talked to Joseph Stalin, you know, to try to, you know, end World War II and set up, you know, parameters after the war. Do you think that this became such a thorny issue, whatever harm it meant to the Khashoggi family, don't get me wrong, that it distracted from the bigger picture?
Well, look, I don't really get involved in domestic politics. I'm sure the White House weighed the pluses and minuses. But it's back to your larger point, this concept of access to energy. This is not just a problem now, even though we have the high gas prices and all that. These are eternal issues for modern economies, and trying to look at it in the greater scheme of things rather than the maybe emotional political issue of the moment.
Yeah, that's well put. Much more diplomatically than I just did. General, thank you very, very much. Have a safe weekend.
Have a great day, Neil.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.